Before we start this video, I'd like to mention thanks for all the subs and the views I've been getting recently. It's been very incredible, and I really appreciate it. I would also like to mention that if you want to see more of this content and you want to see it live, you can join my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/karma is streaming, where I do it any day that I can, mostly Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but also sometimes on Sundays, and never on Thursdays or Fridays or Saturdays. But the days I said. Also, go check out Garfield Gackett, the new song by one of my good streamer friends, Dig TV, and one of my mods, Sinzer. Two people that made what I think is a pretty decent song, and listen to. They're coming out with an album soon, so I want to check that out when it comes out too. Go check them out as well. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
My personal ick.
I'm obviously gonna immediately say that no, obviously.
Is watching someone like chase after a quarter that they dropped and it's like rolling away, and I'm like, I don't get that.
Oh my god, the ick bullshit. We're starting off with this. Alright. Alright. Also, why is that an ick? Bro dropped his quarter. Get it back. I'm not gonna let it sit on the ground. You think I'm gonna litter? Fuck you.
I get an ick from people that hear me say that.
Damn. Damn. He was like, I don't get that ick. I just don't like you in particular, though.
Approaching the 150th episode of Middle Ground, and we need your help to continue making more episodes. Join our Middle Ground Patreon and help us make Middle Ground.
I don't want to join the Patreon.
I'd rather be popular than be an A+ student.
If anyone comes up, they don't deserve to go to college.
Can the agreeers step forward?
Oh my god. Oh, they're so dumb. Okay. I'm 19, right? So I'm still a teenager. And even I understand that the dumbest thing you could ever say. You're an A+ student, you have more likely, and they didn't say you had to not be popular. You can be popular and be an A+ student. I would say I got pretty decent grades, and a lot of people, I wouldn't say I was popular, but a lot of people knew of me. They knew about me. People knew my name that I didn't even know were in the school, and then they were like, hey, what's up, Jesse? And I had no fucking clue who they were. Didn't switch the fucking category. You know? Anyways.
I had always been like a straight A kid, 4.0. And then I got to high school, and then I realized students don't care about that. Like, they care like how you look. And I have always had like self-esteem.
I will tell you, at least in my school, not even people don't really care about how you look. Yeah, some people care how you look, but a lot of people also care just about who you are as a person. When you get to high school, a lot of people are worried about actually going to college and stuff. Maybe not at the beginning, but like, a lot of people have this realization that, like, oh, this is high school, let me actually take some of it seriously, especially near the end. And people will care more about getting the decent grades. People will actually be like, oh, you're good. At least in my school. I don't know about other schools, but at least in my school, having good grades was a really good thing for you. Like, for your popularity. People would be like, oh, you fucking hang out with us, man. You're fucking smart as shit. No, I want to hang with the smart kid.
Esteem problems, and I'm diagnosed with general anxiety
In a way, bro stepped up to the plate late.
disorder, and I'm diagnosed with clinical depression. And
So was everyone else. I'm saying that simply because I also have that. But what she's about to say is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because I don't really care about people caring about what people are. I'm depressed and I have anxiety, but I actually don't want people to care about me at all. I like it when people care less. Let me turn this up a little bit.
And it's like a really big thing to like have people care about me, and I've realized that I'd rather have 10 people like me and have 8 people.
Also, this is no matter what age you are, this is kind of a foolish belief. To be like, oh, I'd rather have people like me than do good. Like, that's not the brightest thing.
People compliment me every day, and I'd rather hang out with these people instead of study. That's such like a bad like quality to have, and I know it's like not something any.
No, you shouldn't be proud of it, and you should want to actively change that, because wanting to be popular instead of being an A+ student is on a track to not having success. Like, if you were like, because you can be an A+ student and still be popular, like I said, but wanting to have popularity rather than forwarding your future, because you can make friends at any age. Like, come on. I know high school is really important for it, but come on.
Anybody should be proud of, but it is a real thing, and it is like my life, and it is something that I have struggled with.
My whole life up until like sophomore year of high school, and we came out of quarantine, like came back to school, I was like straight A student, like putting a whole bunch of time into school. And I realized, like, I think for me, what will make...
I think a lot of people have this issue where they think to be an A+ student, you have to put an enormous amount of time into school. You really don't. It's like not that hard. Like, maybe that's just me, but it's not that hard to get A's. Even when I didn't get A's, it's because I just didn't try. I like had too much time on my hands doing other stuff when I could have just been working.
Make me look back on my life and be like, I enjoyed it, is not I was valedictorian in my class and then got into whatever college I wanted to in order to study for the next 4 years, then get a master's and PhD. I want to interact with people and I want to have a good time with people, and I think having fun is, in my view, always going to be more important than grades.
And you can do both at the same time. Like I never hear anyone, I haven't heard, watch the video, it's 1 minute in.
Well, I think it's just like what kind of like gives you meaning. Like I know like I'm pretty dependent on my friends. Like I value like my friendships and the connections I make over my like academics, but that doesn't mean that I don't hold my academics to a high value and I don't try.
Yeah, like when I first came back from quarantine, like I wanted to hang out with my friends. I wanted to see them. I wanted to keep that like connect.
I feel like, okay, this is just a me thing. I'm just gonna say that this is definitely just a me thing. I don't really care about my connections with people. Maybe that's why it's easier for me, because those connections, I can break those off very easily. Maybe it's an emotional thing. Maybe I'm just autistic or something, but when it comes to breaking connections with people, I can, on a dime, I could just snap and then I'm done with that person forever. I could never see them again and I wouldn't care. And like, it's not like I don't want to. Sometimes I just forget to talk to people. Like, I'll have really close friends and I'll just be like, oh, sorry, I forgot to talk to you for 6 months. My bad. I was busy forgetting to talk to you. And like, I've never needed those connections to like stay alive. Do I like having connections with people? Yeah, but I also like coming on stream and just chilling, even when there's no one in the chat.
But like as I got older, honestly, like I don't care. Like I do want straight A's.
Can the
Okay, smart.
disagreeers please step forward?
Why did he step forward so late?
The mentality that
Look at her. Listen, she was already ready to go. First of all, the outfit goes crazy. Okay.
I have grown up with since I was really young was school.
But look at this fucking outfit. She is bawling. Also, this shirt's pretty fire too. This guy's wearing a pretty cool shirt. But look at this outfit.
In
My
general, like
queen.
right now, isn't supposed to be fun. Isn't supposed to be like a time to enjoy yourself. You can enjoy yourself, but it's supposed to be a focus on the 4 years of your life that'll change the trajectory of your entire life. So yeah, I'd rather have all A's because I definitely am struggling with that right now. Typical Asian kid.
I just want to say my parents are both Persian like immigrants, and so like academics was kind of like ingrained in me that like this was like this should be my priority constantly, and it still is, but it's kind of just this like underlying like stress. Like I wish that could just.
But like, that's everything in life. I feel like you can't use that as an argument because that's everything in life. Everything in life is an underlying stress. Every time I go to work, every week that I go to work, the day I get ready to go to work I'm stressed the entire day. I'm like, oh my God, I need to make sure I have enough sleep, enough food. I need to be ready to, because my body hurts a lot from work too. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be hurting. So I got to be careful. I'm like, okay, when I go to work and that whole day, I'm just stressed about, I have to go to work today. God, this sucks. I have to go to fucking work today. And that's like the way it was with like doing schoolwork. Oh my God, I have to get this project done. I have to get this project done or I'm going to like fucking fail or something. And then, you know, even when you get older, say you get a more stable life, you have kids or something. Oh, I have to get my kids to school. I have to take care of my kids. That stress isn't something that goes away. And you can't expect it to either.
Go away. But I mean, it is really important. Like I think that this time in like high school, like not only does it help you develop like your identity and how you interact with others and like like how social you are, but I think it also like really trying in academics and trying in school like develops that work ethic that you need for the future.
The way I think of it is like, would I really put all my eggs into the basket of being popular? Why should I be so caught up on what other people think of me when I can perfect myself, when I can try my hardest to be as smart as I can?
I think you can be smart and not have straight A's.
Yeah, I
Like-
agree too.
Having straight A's isn't even about how smart you are. It's about how hardworking you are.
Yeah.
But I also feel like as long as you're trying, it's not really that hard.
But at the same time, I feel like there are kids that do try their best, and the best they can get is.
And they need help. They shouldn't. Those people that the best they can get is a C plus, they actually need like help because they're mentally not as good at things like that as others. So they need help with that, which means they should be spending more time on school because it's harder for them. Like actually harder for them, obviously. Like it shouldn't be like the best I can get is a C plus. And so I should just be hanging out with my friends all the time. No, you should be working harder than others until it becomes easy to get A's, and then you can hang out more often.
Like a C plus, like.
Yeah.
If you're saying that like you just want to be popular instead of having like A's, in my opinion, that's kind of sad. Like, why are you thinking that you need to be this person who's thinking about everyone, who wants everyone to like them, who wants to be liked by everyone, when you can focus on yourself for your future?
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
It's a self-esteem thing. I value other people's opinions more than my own, which is so sad. Like at the end of the day, I am my own person.
That is sad, and she's saying it's sad, and I get it. Like what she's saying is what I'm doing is sad, and it is sad. Like you shouldn't value more people's opinions over your own. Me personally, I could give a shit. Like I have my anxiety and social anxiety and stuff, and so I do think about what other people think, but I don't let it run me to the point where I have to be popular or have to be cool around people. I haven't talked at my current job. I have not gotten to know a single person I work at because I don't want to know any of them. I don't care enough about knowing any of them, and that's not like me just avoiding it. I just no one tries towards me, so I might as well not try towards them, because I don't want to be friends with the people I work with necessarily, and I don't care about their opinions of me either, even if I became good friends with them. Like my own friends have their certain opinions of me, the ones they've told me, and I've been like, okay, that's your opinion, you do you.
Be able to make decisions for myself, but then I have
And then this is also an issue of she just needs to see a therapist.
to come to terms with the fact that I make decisions for other people, and I need to stop, and it's really hard to stop doing that.
It's really amazing that you can recognize
Yeah,
that.
I think that's like
Thanks,
the first
guys.
steps towards like
Yeah.
being comfortable with that.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, just been in a funk lately. Hoping some good thoughts can travel to my head this way.
All right. Guys?
There is a strategy to becoming popular.
No, there's not. You want to know why I know there's not? My best friend in high school won homecoming prom king. He didn't talk to people as much. He wasn't friends with a million people. All he did was like, please vote me. And he didn't even do it that hard. He was just like, yeah, he put himself on the ballot and he got picked. He wasn't like super well known or popular, apparently. Like, at least to him, he wasn't. It's not like he talked to a million people. He had his group of friends in high school. People who he doesn't really talk to anymore. People who he doesn't even know anymore. Yet he won prom king. Enough people in his class voted for him that he won prom king. He didn't even know that he was popular enough to win prom king. I, in middle school and in high school, as I said, had people know me without me knowing that they even existed, because I put on a sort of a front at school to be like happier than normal for my friends. But what I didn't know is that my friends also had their friends and other friends, and everyone, a lot of people knew me. Whether it was as the weird kid or just some person, I was still pretty decently well known. I wouldn't say I was the most popular, but I was decently popular, I would say.
there's not like a code you put in and you're like, okay, this is how I become popular, but I feel like being social like can make you like more popular. Being in sports makes you more popular. Like there are certain things you can do that can get your like social status boosted. Like all throughout middle school, elementary school, I was just morning. Then I joined leadership and I went up to the principal, I was like, hey, can I do morning announcements? And I think that continued to like high school because I joined leadership again. I joined
Also, popularity is a thing that there's many different ways to be popular because you're known for different things. Like you can be popular as an asshole too, right? You can be popular as that one teacher's kid that everyone that's always doing the fucking special events or some shit. Or you be that one person that everyone just knows for no reason. They've just seen them around doing goofy shit.
Cheer. Like I feel like if I didn't do those things, like no one would really know. Like I would still might be known because I'm really social and I try to talk to people, but at the same time, I feel like if I didn't do those things, it would be a lot harder.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between being naturally popular, like being naturally funny, like being social, and like artificially popular. Like you want to be popular. You go out of your way to want to be popular, you know what I mean? And you have to follow a strategy for that. You can change the way you look. I think you can change your personality. You can be a completely different person. You can conform to like how other people want you to be. You can be how everyone else is. You can follow, like.
If you're not naturally wanting to be social, not naturally wanting to be like just talking to a lot of people, then I don't see the point of it. Like, you can see popularity as something to like have a strategy towards, but then like you're not really being who you want to be.
I do agree that like there's a difference between like being just someone who's like social, so like you just like kind of naturally have that like popular aspect and that people like you or people know you, but I don't see it as like a strategy. Like it's like reviewing popularity as something that you can just like you just like reach, like, oh, now I'm popular and now I'm not.
Yeah, it's not like the movies, how there's like, oh, Regina George, like the whole school's like, oh my gosh, Regina, like it's never like that. I've never thought there was a strategy. Like I'm just myself, like I talk to a lot of people, I'm really social.
Do you think people who aren't popular can become popular over time?
Yeah, I think all you have to do, like honestly, join football, join cheer.
But
you
wouldn't that be a
say
strategy?
that's a strategy?
Yeah, that's a strategy.
I mean, it is.
At my school, I think popularity has always been more about just like, are you a likable person and not
Which
like.
is a strategy. Like if you're like being likable, like being nice to people can be like seen as a strategy.
You could be natural.
Strategy means you have a plan in place. Strategy means you have something to put forward that you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what will work. You can't just be like, oh, I'm a likable person, and therefore that's my strategy of becoming popular. If you are likable, in a sense, to the point where it makes you popular, then okay, you became popular because you're likable. Does that mean you're automatically just, oh, I'm popular what's it called? I'm popular because I'm likable, that means I strategize this out. No, you didn't strategize that out, that just happened. You know?
Really likable, though.
Yeah,
you train yourself to
I
be
think
more likable.
also I think like if you're gonna be a person who's very outgoing, I think that's just who you are, right? Like I am a person who I think I would feel very uncomfortable. Like I could definitely try, but I think I would just feel uncomfortable being outgoing with people.
We're like talking as if like an unpopular person is like inherently not likable, or they're not like, or they're not social. Like the way of measuring is like skewed. Like it's not fully accurate.
Yeah.
I think we also are moving away from popular being like the popular discussed in like, I don't know, Disney Channel or
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
or like in movies. We're trying to really move away from that. Popular doesn't really look like that anymore. No one really like talks to your face or any.
Also, it never has looked like that. The Disney Channel popular has never been the real definition of popular per se. Popular, you can be popular for anything. You can be popular for both good and bad things. Popularity is simply how many people know you and know you well enough that they can say, like, they could even know your name.
Anything. It's a lot different from than when we were growing up watching movies versus how we're actually experiencing it.
It's like also interesting that like you guys label like yourselves like unpopular, whereas like I still think you guys are extremely likable, and like there's no set definition or like a box that we can like put people in as like popular, unpopular. I don't think that it's like a real thing.
You have to be good looking to be popular. A great social media presence is important to be popular.
No. No.
I
That's
think
just-
personally, like, it doesn't matter, but a lot of people will kind of be like, oh my gosh, you're like TikTok famous or you have followers on Instagram. Like, a lot of people will.
No, it's just not true. Well, yes, people will say that sometimes, but no one actually cares about that. In high school, at least from my high school experience, which isn't that long ago, it's not like your popularity is never ever like represented by how many followers you are, because no one actually cares about that in most places, in most schools at least. Because it's not an important thing to them, especially online. Like, your online popularity does not affect your real world popularity, because people see that as a superficial sort of a superficial thing.
Will want to be in your bubble.
My friends, at the end of the day, like, they're more like popular than me.
Yeah.
And whenever I post like something on my Instagram, like with all of us, the story gets way more likes. These are my best friends, and at the end of the day, I only love them because like who they are. But let's post with each other more. Let's take more pictures. Let's let everyone know that we're together, so like more people like my story and more people swipe up and say things.
Please give me bigger number, which is like, you know, the main thing nowadays. Everyone, especially because she said she has depression and stuff, she wants the bigger number because it makes her feel better. Please, I need the bigger number. It makes me feel better. I know we're just friends. We're friends and all, but I also want bigger number. Bigger number, better person, you know? And I could see, I can understand that.
Yeah, like, if I didn't get 5,000 views, I would take it down. If I didn't go viral every single day, I'd literally be on the phone with my best friend like, I'm flopping, I'm in my flop era. Like, I'd be so sad.
Without social media, which probably honestly would be way better for like my mental health and like just everything. But
Yes, it would.
I feel like without it, I would still be known, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm still a cheerleader. I'm still in all these programs. I still like am very social. And without social media, they'd still know, oh yeah, that's Maureen, because at the end of the day, it's not social media, it's me.
When it comes to like TikTok famous, like, I don't see that as like popularity. I see that as more like fame. I have like 1,500 Instagram followers. I'm not like an influencer though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have 1,500 friends. Like, I post like maybe like twice a year. It's more just like so people like know what I look like if they search up my name. Like, I don't put much thought into like my social media presence, and I don't think that it would make like that big of an effect versus like the friends that I actually have.
I think there's popular people at school that can have little to no like social media presence. And then at the end of the ladder, there's unpopular people who can have thousands of followers. Like, it all comes down to like how you want to be presented to everyone versus just school, just outside of school, TikTok. You know what I mean?
I feel like the unpopular person that has more followers, in my opinion, I feel like at least like at their school, they'd be like more well known, because like, oh, that kid has like a ton of followers. Like, oh.
No, because online popularity never, I mean never, equals real world popularity. You could be 1 million, 2 million follower Instagram channel. No one will know you in school. 1 or 2 people might know you from Instagram. 1 or 2, and that's with millions of people following you. It's very unlikely. Popularity. And people don't care about that. Again, other people at school will not care about the number. They'll be like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they want some clout off you. But other than that, they do not care about that number, because that number says nothing about you other than what you may post. They may care about the content you post, but they don't care about the fact that you have a bigger number.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. I know that like
at least real genuine people.
Everything, but like in high school, it's like, oh, I know who that is. Like, oh, I want to be friends with them, because like if I'm friends with them, like I'll get clout too, like stuff like that. So
that's interesting you say that, because I feel like if I'm like looking at Instagram and I see like a random kid with like 4,000 followers, like that's all like bots. Like that's not like cool to me, or like it's just like what like.
Having sex makes you more popular.
No, sex was more of a joke in high school. Like, I'd be fucking my boys or whatever, you know. Sex wouldn't make you popular. In fact, if you had a lot of sex, then it would be, and you talked about it publicly, people would be like, first of all, that's weird. Second of all, what are you doing? You're kind of being, you know, slutty, whether you're a girl or a guy, or non-binary. Like, What are you doing? This is something to discuss with us. We don't care. Please, don't tell me.
I remember the situation in 8th grade where there was this girl that apparently like did it and everyone was like, wow, oh my gosh.
That's not a good thing.
It was like a big thing. I don't really think it's a good way to become popular, but yeah, I guess if your goal was to be talked about, you're being talked about.
I think it does make you more popular, especially since you're young. People will talk about you doing it. You'll get more well-known. People will want to have it with you. People will go against it, stuff like that. People will just talk about it.
At my school, it's actually like ew. Like a lot of people get like slut shamed and like picked on. Like it's not like really a good like thing.
People are just so quick to like slut shame people, even if it's like barely anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Like with like teenagers, like I think that's like a pretty like natural thing, but I don't think that it like correlates to like popularity in any way. Like by doing that, like in my experience and like what I see, like I don't think that it makes someone more popular or less popular.
What I think is popular, you're known, like you're talked about.
Yeah.
So I think when you're having sex and people are talking about you, you're popular for that reason. You know what I mean?
You made a good point, actually. I agree with you. Like I think it's like, it'll be like in gossip or like people like maybe a rumor or like people will like question about it or for like relationships, stuff like that. But like, yeah, so I agree with you.
I have roasted someone based on something that
That's just called joking around, and everyone does that, so.
they wore.
What would you have asked? I don't fucking know.
I mean, like never seriously. Like I'm
Never like.
It sounds terrible.
I'm not gonna go up to like a random person and be like, why are you wearing that? Like, that's rude. But like with my like close friends, I'll like make a joke.
I mean, I've talked like, yeah, with my friends, like I was like, oh my gosh, like what's going on today? Like today must be a little rough day. Like, cause some people at my school be looking wild. Like some girls will come and they'll have like some shirts right here. I'm like, where's the dress code? Like they'll just be looking wild, like with pajamas too. I'm just like, all right.
I feel like girls are like different because they will roast you to your face, but you won't know. Like, say like someone was wearing like the most outrageous outfit. Like me and my friends, you go up to you and be like, wow, you look so good. Like literally, where'd you get that outfit from? And then you'd say wherever you got it from, and we'd look at each other and be like, okay. And then we'd walk away and then we'd talk about it in private. Like, it's just more fake.
That's so annoying. I know you're fucking annoying in school. God, that's so annoying. Especially because they know you're talking about it. Like, people can see that. I don't know if everyone can, but I can clearly see when you're doing that. The interaction, you can sense those, like, based on body movement and everything. Your body language says what you're joking about, and you're very clear to each other about it. Like, that's so annoying. That's such an annoying thing. If someone has, like, a bad outfit on and, like, they're not your friend and you're like, damn, you're wearing some goofy ass shit. It just like at least be fucking like adult enough to. I know you're teenagers, but like adult enough to tell them to their face. Fuck, you can make someone fun of someone's outfit and become their new friend. That just seems so bitchy. Ugh, it annoys me so much.
I have this memory from like a while ago. I showed up to my Temple's like Halloween event in like a strawberry shortcake outfit. I didn't look the best, but I was like trying to put myself out there. And one of my like closest friends, like she comes up to me and then she like, you know, she goes like, what the hell is that? What are you wearing? It really, really hurt me. And ever since then, I kind of just stopped doing that.
Like, I've been in similar situations where, you know, I've just struggled with like depression and stuff. And when you're going through that, it's so hard to like even get up in the morning and like to then be like, all right, I'm going to pick out which clothes I'm gonna wear and like this is how I want to look. So I did not dress very well, and there are definitely a lot of times people would you know, make fun of me, whether it's my friends or like other people. So for me, it's just like always been like, I try not to really say too much about their appearance or anything like that, just because like I'd rather just not do it at all than risk, you know, putting someone in a situation where they're gonna feel bad about themselves.
I mean, I feel like it's like being considerate of like who you're around and like who you're doing it to. Like my friends, like, or we make fun of each other. That's part of like our interactions and our humor. So like I'll like make like jokes to them like if I feel like, but it's never like with like malicious like intent.
Yeah, I think for me, even when my friends are doing it and like I know
I like how they kind of baited you with the is being queer trendy, because that's like the next one. Yeah, it's the next one. But like the most of the video is just about the popular kids doing popular shit or how to get popular and stuff.
They don't mean it right. It can still affect you. It's easy to get in the mindset of like, oh, I need to dress a certain way so my friends don't make fun of me.
I feel like if you don't want to get made fun of or get picked on, like with like clothes-wise, just wear like the most basicest thing ever. Like just plain black, plain, like just don't try too hard.
For me, I think like if you dress how you dress, just dress how you dress. And I think people are gonna make fun of you, but like personally, I think people should try to limit how much they do it. Even in like friendships or social circles, because like at the end of the day, you don't know.
I'm curious, if you've been roasted before, then why are you still doing it even now as a joke?
I don't really get affected by like someone telling me that like I look stupid. Like we need to like stop like caring about so much about like what like other people think that like you're wearing. Like it's just not that deep.
Like, you know, if some people come to school and they feel like the most comfortable in like a suit and like
it's funny. It's also just funny. When your boys are like, damn, you looking like a whole snack with all that cake out, that's funny. When your boys are like, damn, you looking like a whole dumbass, that's also funny. It's just a good time.
okay, go you, I guess. Go do that.
Being queer is trendy.
Oh, here we go. Yes! Okay. No one came up! Okay, oh, no, they made them all come up anyways. I fucking hate Jubilee. Oh my god. Literally, they didn't do... Where was the other one at? They did this earlier where no one agreed and they didn't have them come up for the goddamn prompt. Oh, fuck you, Jubilee. Ugh.
Can all the disagreeers please step forward and tell me what's problematic with this prompt?
What's problematic with this prompt? Everything. The notion that being queer is a trend and not a fucking identity that exists within you as a human being inherently within your own individuality. The prompt itself is problematic as a whole, because it surmises that being queer could be a part of a trend and isn't just
not a trend.
Whatever.
I think
it's not a trend.
I think it's just more that like it now has a lot more visibility. Like I feel like a lot more people know that it's like an option, and they go, oh yeah, I feel like I identify with that, you know?
Especially like when like all these like topics are like so prevalent on like TikTok and social media, like it's like inevitable that we're gonna have like questioning and confusion and like wanting to like find yourself or experiment. And like I think that that's like healthy, like to an extent, just to like it's a time to like find yourself.
In middle school, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did think like a lot of people just start doing this. So this one girl moved from Florida and she started saying like, oh, I'm bi. 30 other girls start saying they're bi, and I was like, it's like a few months ago, I was being a little homophobic. What happened? Like, what's going on here?
I think that goes back into being like, you're trying to experiment. You're trying to like see what like label really does fit you. I know for me, I've tried out like a bunch of different like sets of pronouns for like ages. But I just went back to she, her, because honestly, it was just a matter of me trying to figure out what felt right for me.
Some kids in my school give me the ick.
Not the. You know what? These fucking kids, they explained it perfectly. These kids. I thought we were gonna get something crazy with this. My stomach almost dropped because I thought something crazy was gonna happen, but no, them. Ugh. Let's go. Anyways, the ick thing pisses me off.
I mean, I feel like everyone gets bothered by something that someone did. Is weird. Like I'm probably 10,000 people's ick. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a universal thing. Everyone's gonna get weirded out by someone or like annoyed. That's natural. Mine's like not serious. I can't stand jorts. They drive me insane.
Oh my god, just the word jort.
Like I don't. Sorry. Like maybe it's just because I will never look good in them. But like it's like trendy and it like bothers me.
I have like 3 coming to my house like in 2 days.
Oh my god.
I guess one thing I have is like people who like try and be like super like trendy almost. Like this is everything online. I'm gonna be that, right? Like to me, that's just a little bit like extra, you know.
My personal ick is watching someone like chase after a quarter that they dropped and it's like rolling away, and I'm like, that's really embarrassing for you. Like,
I think small things like that, like the quarter running away, I don't get that, and I'm like, it's people just being human. I get an ick from people that generally say that. So yeah, I guess I just like people that comment on small things like that, just people being people.
I hate when people like will post a birthday post for someone and it's like an essay and it's like,
yeah, I hate
like, why
that.
don't you just
Guys,
hate
why are you
that?
calling me
I hate
out?
that.
Like, why don't you just
Only
text
for my
the
best
person
friend.
that? Like, why?
Nah. When you're up and someone's like, yo, it's my boy's birthday, and I just wanted to say that this is the greatest person to ever live. Thank you so much for being alive. It's like, please, I don't care. Please shut up.
Why do we all have to read this like
Yeah,
big paragraph essay? Like,
or when they post their mom or
I don't
something,
do
or
all
like
that.
a parent that doesn't follow them. Obviously, they're like, "You've done all this." I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
I ain't reading all that.
It's important to drink or do drugs to stay popular.
No.
I'm kind of like, you know, like it's kind of like
Same.
a.
I think important.
I'm gonna
is
just
the
sit
wrong
down
word.
and I'm just
Yeah.
explaining, so I'm just sit down. I feel like a lot of like kids who do go out a lot, like smoke and drink, they also know a lot of people if they're like at these parties, like, you know, like they're having fun, good for them, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to be in that group that does that type of stuff, sure, go ahead. But it's not really prevalent at my school. No one's gonna do it, no one really does it.
Disagreeers?
Partying-
Why did so many of them fucking disagree? Partying is not an important thing in high school at all. No one gives a shit. No one actually cares.
And doing drugs and smoking and all that stuff, yeah, do whatever you want, but I know at my school, it has a very negative effect. Like,
I would say like half of the people in my school like smoke weed is sort of the big thing. My school has also just started to like be very aware that it's a big issue. So if they see you, you're like suspended for a week. People still do it, and it's almost like the people who do it want to do it more now, because if you get away with it, it's a lot cooler now, because it's so much harder to get away with it. That like, if
What do you mean? Like, doing it at school or like?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's like all day.
I think like this type of like these activities are kind of ingrained in like high school culture. Like it's like it's very normal, I'd say, among like teenagers. But like you can really tell when someone like wants people to know that they do it, or like the people that post about it outwardly or like do stuff like that. Like that's weird.
You can't be popular and be disabled.
Wait.
What type of fucking sentence is that? Who made that prompt? No.
I think it's possible if you're disabled to like have people who like you, but especially like when it comes to mental disabilities, it is significantly harder. I've known people who are like on the autism
No,
spectrum.
you're fucking so wrong. People love people like that though. If you're a weird goofball, people love that. So it's not true. There was a kid in my middle school who shit his pants, and he was popular. Not for a good thing, but he was fucking popular, I'll tell you that much, because he shit his pants in class.
Or have developmental disabilities. It's just like, it's gonna be so much harder for you to like have to fit in.
When you said autism, that like really, I think that made me remember, I had this really, really close friend in elementary school. She was on the spectrum, and she was
Why did
bullied,
two
like,
of them come up? I thought it was just him.
Like it was so bad, and no one really wanted to talk to her, and it was really just me and her every time we had
No way I
recess.
joined to this.
So yeah, it
I'm sorry, young blood.
was definitely just hard for her to have friends and be liked.
You done
and
missed the
let alone
whole section.
be popular.
Don't worry, we're gonna watch a button video in a minute.
At my school, there was this girl.
Crazy ass title, by the
and
way.
She was disabled. I don't know.
Actually, luckily for us, even though the title's crazy, none of them agreed with the prompt. All of them said it wasn't trendy, so W for them.
What she had, but she was definitely popular. I'd say like everyone on school knew her. She would get invited to
Have you listened to
football
Garfield
games, she
Jacket
went-
yet? No. I've actually been waiting for Stream to listen to it, so we'll listen to it in a minute. After this video, we can listen to it. Where's it streaming at?
to prom, she went to homecoming. I wouldn't say you can't be disabled and be popular. Like,
Someone could be popular because they're a really cool
But where's
person
it
to
streaming
hang out
at,
with.
Tim?
But I feel like in my experience, when there are people with mental disabilities who are popular, it's not really because people necessarily are like, I invite them to my house and we, hang out. It's more so just everybody sort of has this understanding of like, they're going through something, so we're not gonna, we'll sort of uplift them so that way they feel more welcomed.
I think that's very true. Like where if somebody who stands out for some reason, whether that's a disability or they have a huge scar or something, like they become part of your name. Like they are tied to who you are.
I think the consensus is that, yeah, they can be popular, but everyone's really infantilizing them. Like, oh, they're so cute. Look how they don't understand those comments that are
They're backhanded.
yeah, they're really backhanded.
They are, yeah.
And so, yeah, they're popular, but definitely not positively.
Teens are mean.
I mean, it's fine to be whatever, just don't do it to be trendy. No one does it to be fucking trendy. And if they do, it's very rare and they're very stupid. But, teens are mean. I don't think teens are mean, necessarily. I think there are a lot of teenagers that are more truthful. Maybe. But not mean. Necessarily. I don't think anyone's deliberately like, oh, look at this big meanie over here. It's like, no. I don't think people are specifically extra mean when they become a teenager. I think fucking 12-year-olds, they're mean as hell. They will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the worst way possible. They're like, you look ugly as shit. You know that? Like between the ages of 7 and 12, they'll just be like, my mommy thinks that that men with long beards are disgusting, horrible men who deserve to die. And they'll just say that to your face, and then you're like, what? What? You're like 7.
I think teens are just naturally mean,
Yeah.
honestly, especially at this age when you're going through so many changes in your body and your life.
Average 12-year-old after I throw them across the field after they call me a skibbity gyat? No way.
I think it just kind of makes sense that we're mean.
So judgmental, too.
Yeah, we're
Everyone
really
is. We all judge each
judgmental.
other. That's just the
That's
truth.
just being a human.
That's just everyone. Everyone's fucking doing it.
Yeah, and it's you're learning right now, and it's we have a lot of mood swings, and sometimes we might just come off as rude to others.
I like to think about how little kids, you know how they're so brutally honest. That, it's so mean. That still kind of bleeds in to as teenagers. We're still growing.
Some of us don't try to be mean. We don't go out of our way to just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna be mean. But I might be having a great day and I might say one thing in the wrong tone and it just ruins everybody's day. It's just the tone and it's just the way we say things.
My parents are always saying you're so argumentative. You're so argumentative. I feel like I can never have a proper conversation with you. And it's I'm really sorry. I don't mean to. I love my parents. I never mean to be mean. It's just I think we just don't have control over that right now.
Yeah.
If you guys want to share any reflections you have on this or any last thoughts.
Obviously, we realize how stupid all this is. Popularity isn't real. In reality.
Alright. W teens, I guess, and W video.